Hi guys, my name is Nerit and I love to read and write. So like I said earlier, I love to read and I love to write. I also love to teach, low-key, but I have public speaking anxiety. Haters would call it stage fright, but no, it's just anxiety. I can do it, but I don't like to do it. So this is the next best thing, tutorial videos that allow me to express and teach people what they would want to learn. I studied English in school, so I am a graduate of English. So literature is more my field. So many of these videos would be focused on literature from different regions, the periods of literature from those regions, how they've developed, how they started, and where they are now. But for this first video, I want to start with the proper way to answer examination questions because it's one thing to know, it's another thing to express. The first step to passing your exam would be knowing how to structure your questions, your answers rather. It has to be in a well structured form. That is to say, your answers should have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Or in other words, it should have an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. Now, what I do to make it easier for me is I start with an introduction. For students of literature, if you are answering questions about a book, your introduction should mostly be about the background, the circumstances to which why that book was written, why when it was written, what inspired it. That should be in your introduction. And then for the last parts of your introduction, you could also include what you intend to fix in the body of your work. Now, your introduction has to be powerful. Look at me. The first thing you see is my face. That is my introduction. Before you see anything else, you see my face. So if the introduction doesn't catch your reader, they quickly rush to the conclusion. So you need to make sure that your introduction is powerful. So I have with me here a sample of question paper that I would want us to treat. The course is African Literary History. Now I'm going with question 2. And it says, much of African literature's difficult history has focused on protest themes which still resonate today. Making references to appropriate text fully discuss the phase of post-independence disillusionment in African prose fiction. So what you first need to know to answer this question is what post-independence disillusionment is and why just about every African country is faced with this thing. So you start by introducing what post-independent disillusionment is and how, because literature is the mirror of society, if post-independence disillusionment is in the society, it will definitely be reflected in African literature. You can go ahead to talk about the key points, what has made people disillusioned, bad leadership, terrible economic conditions, and so on and so forth, social decay. You can say all post-independence disillusionment has come with bad governance, comma, blah, 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 comma, blah, 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 comma. These points will be expounded upon below. Then you end your introduction there. Then you start picking your points for the body. Now, the first point I mentioned was bad governance. You need to use transition markers for every paragraph you are starting. So for the first paragraph, you can say firstly, then you say bad governance has plagued many African countries since independence of the countries. Talk about it. When you go to the second point, secondly, always make references to text. Thirdly, additionally, furthermore, just make sure it is there. When you come to your conclusion, I always advise that you read what you have written before you conclude. If you are writing exams, it is time bound. So usually what I do, I write the introduction, write my body, go to the next question because you're answering 3 questions. Go to the next question, write your introduction, write your body. Go to the third question, write your introduction, write your body. You need to read through. You're writing literature. Grammar is very important. I would advise you to use simple everyday English. You are communicating. You're not trying to impress anybody that you can speak English. Use simple everyday English that will pass across your meaning like this. So make sure that there are no spelling errors, because sometimes you can leave out a letter that is going to change the whole meaning of your sentence. You read through, make sure there are no spelling errors, make sure there are no grammatical mistakes, correct all of that. Once you've read through, I promise you your conclusion will come to you by itself. You can see if you've missed any points in your introduction and your body, and you find a way to slip it into your conclusion. That's why I love to leave the conclusion till the dying minute, till I'm done with the whole question. So you read through, conclude for all questions, and that is all. Do let me know if this video was helpful to you. I hope it was. Let me know if it was helpful to you in the comment section below. Kindly like, subscribe, and share this video to help other people if you found it helpful. And let me know also in the comment section what other areas of literature you would love me to talk about. If you have areas of English as well. English is not my thing, but I could try, or I could get someone to come and help in where I cannot. Thank you.